being on the bus and everyone's getting off and I'm standing in line to get off the bus and someone takes their hand and rips my ponytail off my head. Hi you guys are watching the Elate Dawn channel. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about how I used to be bullied in school. Man, I used to get bullied so freaking bad. Like, it was ridiculous. And I'm going to share some of these stories with you guys. Alright, so we're going to talk about from kindergarten all the way until, I guess, my 12th grade year of high school. So, kindergarten, whatever, everything's cool. Mind you, kindergarten is kindergarten. That's just like normal. I don't think really there was like an issue in kindergarten. First grade, whatever. Second grade, I think that's when things started to get a little bit rocky for me. One, I had an Audi belly button as a kid. Like, my belly button used to stick out so freaking far, and kids would make fun of my belly button. And they would say that I was an alien, and I'm not from this planet. I'm like something else. Like, get away from her. She's just like, she has germs, like all because I had an Audi belly button. And for some reason, my mother like used to dress me in these outfits. I don't know if it was like a 90s thing, but it used to be like these little shorts, like these cute little shorts, and like, I mean, the outfit was cute. It was kind of like what people wear today, like the crop tops type thing, where you kind of tie it in the front and you have shorts to go with it. But I mean, obviously it wasn't like a super crop top, but it was just like something where you tie in the front. And if I reached my arms up too high, my stomach would show and my belly button would pop out. And I remember being in class one day and I had reached for something, and it took one person to see my belly button, and the whole class knew about my Audi, and they started making fun of me. Like, all my so-called friends weren't my friends anymore because I had an Audi belly button and I was an alien and all this stuff. So that went on for a while. And then whatever, of course, it's freaking second grade. So of course, one minute they're talking about you, the next minute they want to be your friend. It was just really awkward. Third grade hits. I have these really dark circles like around my eyes. I've always had them since I was little, and like people used to talk about my dark circles. They used to call me raccoon, black eyed peas, like all these different names growing up, and it was just so annoying. Like my cousin used to tell me, like, "Girl, you got dark circles around your." It was just it was hereditary. It was just so annoying. Like I used to get so angry. I remember this one day, this one dude that I thought was so cute. I want to say I was in fifth grade. I thought he was cute, and he walked up to me and was like, "Girl, like I would never date you ever in life because you're just ugly." And he pointed to another female in that classroom that was just not the best looking woman, or I mean, not woman, but the best looking girl. And like, she was just really, and I mean, I wouldn't say horrible, but like, she was just bigger. She wasn't the prettiest person. And he literally looked at me and was like, "I'd rather date her than you." And I was just like, oh, my heart. You broke my heart and tore it into two. I was so sad. And not to mention, like, I was like a wimp. Like, people would like pick on me or push me, and I wouldn't do anything about it, or I was just like lame. And I guess like certain females would just pick on me just for the hell of it. And then I made it in, so we're gonna fast forward to sixth grade. I mean, I had so many embarrassing moments in sixth grade. It was just ridiculous. And for some reason, I just feel like people just picked on me just because. Like, I don't know what it was. It's like I could be in a group of like 100 women, and for some reason, somebody that I don't even know will come out and choose me to just bag on all the freaking time. And apparently, all my friends that I've known since kindergarten never had my back. They never had my fucking back when it came to people talking about me. Like, not one time. Instead, they'll be laughing with them, and I'm just sitting there like, wow. And a lot of people were related to somebody. Like they either had a brother or a sister or a cousin, they could defend each other. I was the only child, so I just had me. Like I didn't have anybody else. So it would be times where people just pick on me, and I just didn't understand it. Like, and that's another thing. My mom used to make me wear these like ponytails in my head, like these, like the drawstring ponytails. I don't even know why she would make me do it. And I would sometimes cry and she would still make me wear it to school. And people used to talk about the drawstring ponytail I had and all this stuff. And oh, you're bald headed and all this stuff. But honestly, when I was in sixth grade, I actually had hair. My hair went to my shoulders. But apparently at that time, if your hair wasn't past your shoulders, you're a bald headed scallywag. Your hair can't touch your back. You just balled up, girl. Like, it was just ridiculous. So they assumed, I don't know what the heck, since I had a drawstring ponytail, that I was just a bald headed girl. But this is just something my mom did to my hair because she was just like not trying to do my hair apparently. So I remember being on the bus and everyone's getting off and I'm standing in line to get off the bus. And someone takes their hand and rips my ponytail off my head. I mean, at that point, it's like when you have a drawstring ponytail, you're putting your hair in the smallest bun possible so you can put the ponytail on. So when they snatched it off, I had this bun, this little bun. So they assumed like I was just bald, but no, bitch. Like, let me take my ponytail out. I actually have hair. People was making fun of me. People were laughing at me, and I'm just like, out of all people, like, why do these things keep happening to me? And I think I was just so weird. I was very weird, and I always did stuff that was just super clumsy and just strange. Like, I remember there was a pep rally outside and they were playing music or whatever, and there was this girl and she was really pretty, and this is the first time that I ever seen freak dancing. She started freak dancing and she was like really getting it, and I'm like, wow, like this dancing stuff looks cool. I ain't never seen it before. Like, shoot, she was making me feel like I could do it too. She's in a circle, everybody's watching her and cheering her on, like, boo, 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 hey, like, everyone's clapping for her, and she's just getting it, like, rolling her body and doing all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's dope. So I'm like, all right, that's what's up, like, I could do that too. Shoot, I'm finna go to the middle of the crowd, and I'm finna go ahead, and I'm about to freak dance just like she did. Yo, I went to the middle of the circle, and I started dancing. I don't even know what I was doing, like, I can only imagine, like, apparently, from what my friends were telling me, they said my freak dancing looked like a horror movie, a horror movie. And I was like doing like weird stuff with my body and like just trying to, I don't know what I was doing, but it was so bad to the point where I want to say Brianna, like, she literally like pulled me to the side and was like, Elena, no, like, stop what you're doing. Like, that's not cool. Like, you look like a fool right now. And people were like laughing so bad. I thought I was getting it, but apparently I wasn't getting it, guys. I was not getting it, like, at all. For some reason, like, I don't know, I used to dance really wild and just scary. I remember going to a school dance and I was like twerking. I had finally learned how to twerk and I was going fast, like 100 miles an hour. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody was like cheering me on at one point. And then I guess I got so excited. Like, I see, like, what? You guys are cheering me on? Okay, I'm really finna give it to you guys. Yo, I started like going like nuts. And everyone started walking away. Like, and everyone was like, Elena, you were getting it at first, but then you got a little carried away and you started looking like a chimpanzee. And I'm just like, okay. So as you can see, I just had a lot of embarrassing moments in my school. Like, I just had a lot of embarrassing moments. And I used to get picked on all the time. People always wanted to beat me up. And I didn't even understand why. Why do you want to beat me up? I didn't do anything to you. Like, was I that ugly? I was that ugly where people just want to walk up to me and just beat me up for the hell of it. I had people lie on me. It was just horrible. And I just didn't understand. Like, if I'm ugly, just let me be ugly in my own world. Why do y'all have to try to beat me up? I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't want to fight. This is not cool. Like, obviously my mom was doing my hair how I wanted her to. Like, I had to learn how to do my own hair because I'm not going to keep going to school looking crazy where everybody's talking about me. Like, she used to make me wear these drawstring ponytails, and then she had the nerve to make me wear some bell-bottom pants to school. Like, for real, the bell-bottom pants were so, like, wide and stretched out, and she made me wear them to school, and I was so embarrassed, and people were laughing at my pants. And I remember walking out this door, and the bell-bottom pants were so long and flared out that the door my pants got stuck underneath the door, and I didn't know. I was still walking, and I guess like my pants resisted back, and I fell and tripped and fell on my face. Once again, Everyone's in the circle and they're laughing at me again. Like, what the heck? I just always had bad things happening to me in school. It was just always embarrassing. Anyway, so I, was trying to teach myself how to do individuals to my own hair because I got tired of not having my hair done. So I did my own hair one day. I came to school and everyone was laughing at me because my hair was really messed up. It was so fucking messed up, y'all. It was bad. Like my parts were big. It just looked horrible, and I was rocking them, and everybody was clowning me on my hair. Like, girl, you don't know how to do your hair. Like that looked ugly. There was one person that I didn't even know. She was just like, Elena. She was just like, just keep practicing. Like, you'll get better. Don't listen to nobody else. I'm like, cool, all right. It just took that one person to tell me that, because if I didn't hear those words from her, I probably would have got discouraged and would have said, forget it, and I probably would never did my hair again. And I just kept practicing. Like, I would keep doing it and doing it. People kept laughing and kept laughing. Like, you can't do your hair, you can't do your hair. And eventually, I became a pro at doing my individuals. My individuals were so neat and so small. And I really wish I had pictures to show you guys, but they were so bomb. And I started doing my own individuals from 8th grade all the way until, like, I want to say my 11th grade year of high school. And my hair was popping. Like, people wanted me to do their hair, but I didn't have patience. Those same people that wanted me to do their hair were the same people that talked about me when I couldn't do it at first. So I'm like, no, boo. No, I'm only doing my own hair, and that's just what it's gonna be. So my hair was always hooked up in high school because I always kept up with my hair. And at that point, I started getting to this thing where, like, okay, like, you need to take more better care of yourself. I started doing my own hair. I started dressing cuter and all this stuff. And at this point, the same people that used to talk about me, like, oh, they would just randomly walk up to me, like, oh, hey, you're actually starting to look cute. And I'm just like, okay. At the same time, that's not really a compliment. So I would just be looking at them like, okay. So anyway, there's this one person that used to just always pick on me in middle school all the time on the bus. She used to just pick at me all the freaking time. I used to be so scared of this girl and just terrified of her. Like, I didn't like to walk with her or her brother. Her brother was really mean to me too. And like, I would try to avoid them. And I remember in high school, um, I had her in my class. And I think she, like, still to that day, she was still talking mess about me in class in front of people. And I think I had reached my breaking point of like, bitch, like, I'm tired of you talking shit. Like, what? Like, I just had enough. And I know that I could whip ass. I've dealt with a lot, at home and all this stuff. So it's like, why are you scared of these people? Like, you need to, like, really get it together and stand up for yourself and stop letting people walk all over you. And I just had one day, I just was like, F it. I told myself, like, she say one more thing to me again, it's about to be on a cracking. Like, I don't give two fucks. I don't care. So she said something smart to me in class, and I freaking lost my mind. I lost it. I think from that day on, I didn't really, like, let anybody, like, walk over me or talk to me any kind of way from that day forward. I was just over it. I didn't even care. I didn't care if you were 10 feet tall, 20 feet tall. I'm going to stand up for myself because this is not cool. So I finally stood up to myself after all these years. And I went off on her ass. I was like, you know what? We can get down in this classroom right now. I don't give a damn. Teacher standing right here. We'll show these kids, some real instructions real quick because I'm ready to whoop your ass today. Like, I can't take it no more. I had enough. And she was just looking at me like, whoa. I had literally got up off my desk, threw my books off the fucking desk, and I went nuts. I lost my mind. And she was really looking at me like, oh yeah, she's tripping. No, I'm not crazy. No, you're crazy. I had enough of your shit. I had enough of your shit. So if you want to fight, let's go. Because I'm tired of you going back and forth with me. She was like hesitant to get up out her seat. And eventually, everyone's looking at her like, well, you talking this mess about her. You've been talking about her for all these years, and you ain't gonna get out your seat. So eventually, she did get out her seat, but she didn't get out her seat to try to fight. She got out her seat to kind of like, she was hesitating. She waited till the teacher came, of course, and took us to the office. And, they made us apologize or whatever. And pretty much after that day, like, I never had an issue with her again. I never had a problem with her ever again. Everything was good. And then there was another incident where another female came at me sideways. And I lost it. I literally took the school. I took the desk from the classroom, picked up the whole desk, and threw it. I was ready to. I was ready to fuck shit up, y'all. I didn't care. Like, I had reached that breaking point of just like I'm tired of people. I'm tired of people talking to me reckless and telling me what I am and what I'm not and who I look like and what I don't look like and you ugly, you this, you that. You know what? You can get it too. Y'all all can get it. This whole school can get it. This whole school can get it right now. I went nuts. And everybody in the classroom was eyes got big, like, okay, yeah, she's nuts, bro. This one dude was like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna mess with her because she's really off her rocker. And at that very point, I knew something was up with me. Like, I couldn't take it. I had straight anger issues. I think it was because I had all this stuff and all these feelings built in for all these years and never stood up for myself. I had enough. Like, I had enough of friends that pretended to be my friends but talk shit about me in front of me to other people behind my back. I just had enough. I cut people off. I stopped messing with people. I was just done. I was just completely done. It didn't necessarily mean that I didn't care about these people or whatever. It's just that I felt like a lot of the times, a lot of my so-called friends didn't take my friendship serious. I've always taken my friendship serious. I never talk mess about my friends behind their back. You know what I mean? I mean, there's of course like there's been a few times like I did some shady shit, but I did some shady shit because I've been getting done shady throughout the whole year. It's like the times that I feel like certain people should have my back, they didn't have my back. So at certain points, I was like, why should I have your back? Oh, payback's a bitch now. That was like the only time, like being petty type shit. But overall, like I was a really good friend. And yeah, so I finally stood up for myself, and then from that day forward, all those days I stood up for myself. Like nobody messed with me ever again. I was good. I was good. I was in my own world, in my own zone. Nobody messed with me. I was good. But I learned what true friendship was when I actually moved. Cause I went from kindergarten all the way to high school. I was with the same group of people all my life. When I 1 year I went to a different school. Went to a different school and I had met this girl named Kiasha. She was so cool, like cool. She was from LA, you know, she was like, you know, a little bit hood, but she was so chill. Like I don't think I've ever had like a friend like that at that time. Like like a true friend like that, like ever. So you know, like she was just real. Like she didn't talk mess about me. Like she was just a real solid friend. She had my back. It didn't matter what it was. You know, if a group of people were talking about me, she was right there like, bitch, you better not talk about my homegirl. Like that, she didn't play. And from that day forward, I'm like, this is what a real friend should be like. And I didn't even know her all these. I didn't even know her. I had just met her. We were friends for like, you know, our whole obviously sophomore year of high school. And she was just a better friend than I had ever had through my whole freaking life, it felt like. And I remember like I moved to this new school and it's like it's a fresh start. So I'm going to school at this point. Now my hair is popping, I got clothes popping. Everybody's like, oh my God, like you're so pretty. And I'm like, what? Like I've never had that from my old school, period. So like after school, I kind of built my confidence up. You know, I had well, not two boyfriends at the same time, but one semester I had one boyfriend, and the second semester I had somebody else. But during that time, I wasn't even sexually active. Like I didn't even like kissing, so it was just one of those things. Like, oh hey, yeah, you're my boyfriend, and that was just it. And we just talked, and it was just nothing else but that. Like I was really a good girl for a very very long time. So yeah, so there was this guy, whatever, I was dating him, whatever, if that's what you want to call it. And I don't even know. I think he dated for like a month. Like I don't even know what happened. I just remember like he's like he just stopped answering my phone calls, which I didn't even care because I wasn't even in love. It was just like, oh, it was just something to do. Like, oh yeah, that's my boyfriend, even though we didn't do anything. And one day, like his sister threw an egg at me, but it missed. And there was these two girls that was with her. They just never liked me, like never. And then whatever, he left the school, and this other dude came, and he was this little hood boy, and we were dating or whatever. And then those same two girls were mad because I guess they had a crush on this person, and they were just mad. They used to bump, like literally walk past me and bump me in the shoulder like really hard, and they did it like every day. And you know, I had reached that point of like, yeah, you ladies should be standing up for yourself. But I was really trying to calm down because I already know how I could get. I get really turned up, and I didn't want to do that with them. Like I just didn't want to take myself to that level of like ready to turn up and whoop some ass. So, you know, I let them bump into me. I let them do little petty stuff and let them get away with it. But at the back of my head, it's building up. I let stuff build up until I snap. So one day, one of the girls, mind you, she was so tall. I'm short. I mean, I'm 5'3" now, but at the time I was probably like 5'2", 5'1", and this girl was really, really tall. She was big, and she bumped into me or whatever, like hard, and I just had enough. That was the last time she did it, and I looked at my homegirl Kiasha. I was like, you know what? After school, I'm gonna whoop her ass. That's just what it is. I'm gonna beat her ass. I didn't say nothing to the girl. I didn't cuss her out. I just let her bump into me, and I just waited. See, I'm a Scorpio, so when somebody do something to me, I don't normally just, sometimes I don't just react right then and there. I'll wait. I'll wait when you least expect it. I will sting you so good. That's how I operate, right? So I'm like, all right. She walked off, thinking everything was cool. I must have went to my gym locker, put my basketball shorts on, put my gym shirt on, and I was ready to fight her. After school, I was looking for her, and I seen her down the way, and I walked into her. I was like, hey, bitch, what's up? And I took off on her. I just started fighting her. She was bigger than me and all, and I didn't care. At the end of the day, I'm fighting you because obviously I got to get my respect somehow. I started fighting her, and I was whooping her ass, really whooping her ass really, really good. And I was hanging with her, too. And there was like this little cement thing, and as we were fighting, I tripped and fell. It wasn't so much the fact that she was beating me up. Obviously, she wasn't, because everyone said I was keeping up with her and I was giving her those punches really good. Everybody said that. It wasn't until I tripped and fell on my behalf, because I had these freaking bands on, those like low top bands. They didn't have no shoestrings, had no grip. I slipped. When I slipped, she was on top of me or whatever. But when she was on top of me, she wasn't even punching me. She was pulling my hair, like just pulling it. And I'm just sitting up there like, okay, I'm gonna get her off of me. I couldn't get her off of me or whatever. My homegirl Kiasha must have came and like, pop. She must have socked her, and she just fell off. And I'm like, what? For real? Like, ain't no homegirl ever done no shit like that for me ever. Like, that was a true friend, like completely. Like, she was just so real. She was dope. She was really freaking dope. And I don't even know where she is. Like, I haven't even contacted her. I don't know where she is. I don't know where she is. We lost contact. I seen her brother a lot of times after, like, you know, when we were grown. I seen her brother, and he would be in a rush or whatever. I saw him twice, and he would be in a rush, and I'd be trying to get his information or their information or whatever, so I can contact her again, and it just didn't work out that way. So hopefully, if she does come across this video, she can hit me up, whatever. But she was so dope. Like, who does that? Like, I never had any friends that would ever do that for me, like, ever. And it was just like, this is what real friends are supposed to be like. So once my year was over with Silverado, I went back to Carter, because that was the original school I went to, and I had a different mind frame. Like, I looked at things differently, and there were certain people I didn't want to talk to no more. And, you know, it wasn't so much because I didn't, you know, care. It was just that this is what a real friend should be like. And I just changed my whole surroundings or whatever, and I started doing me. You know, I was just chilling. But yeah, that's just that high school stuff. But I learned a lot. And at the time, it's like, you can't really be mad at people for shit that they do in high school, because it's high school, it's middle school, it's elementary. Like something, like, you're a grown woman and you're mad at something that happened in high school, like, that's dumb. Because everybody did dumb stuff in high school, and it's like a learning experience for everybody. So, you know, as you get older, it's like, okay, that stuff doesn't even matter no more. That's like, it's old. Like, what? But anyway, the moral of this whole story is just the simple fact of just standing up for yourself and just not letting people walk all over you, and having that confidence within yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have it, then you're not going to have it, regardless if a person is telling you that you're so bomb or you're so beautiful every single day. If you don't have that confidence, you're not even going to believe them. So if a person is calling me ugly or whatever the case may be, but I know that I'm fine, you're blind, bro. Like, you're blind, because I'm all that in a bag of chips, you know what I mean? So I mean, it was a learning experience. That was just a little something, just a story, because I'm bored and I just felt like I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my life. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and push that like button, or if you want to, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That would be so dope. I really appreciate it. And oh yeah, to all the people that like subscribe to me like recently, or whoever is currently subscribed, or whoever did, whoever's new, whoever's old, thank you guys, like for real. Like I really appreciate it. That's so dope of you guys. If you guys want me to do other videos, go ahead and comment them down below. I would be glad and happy to do them. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.